Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Can He Flip It episode 2. Today we are doing a slightly different format in the form of a voiceover video instead of a live dialogue while I record. I'm hoping this will make things a little bit easier, but we're going to find out. Basically, we have three systems that we're going to be combining, flipping, and or doing random things with, two of which will be up for sale, one of which is actually going to end up in a personal use capacity. We're going to start off by tearing apart this Dell form factor system. Came straight from an office. I actually got it for free, so there was no initial cost involved, which was huge. That's one of the biggest bonuses about most of these computers, is that I got them for free. The HP gaming PC I did pay $125 for, and that 1050 Ti you can see sitting there in the right corner of the frame, I paid $50 for. So we're $175 in total here, and I'm really hoping that we can turn a profit. Now, this specific office PC was filthy. I mean, just absolutely covered in dust. You see me with a little hand back there, really trying to go to town and clean up as much as I can before I start tearing it apart. This is one of the only computers that we really needed to take apart all the way down, and it really needed to be cleaned before I had any chance of upgrading it and selling it again. It was just absolutely horrific. So that's why we got the hand vac broken out there. Eventually we will end up taking some of the parts outside using some compressed air from a can and just trying to dust the bejesus out of it. But for the time being, we're sticking with the hand vac. Now at this point here, you see me trying to figure out how the heck to get this hard drive out. I do not do a lot of work on office PCs. I think they're a great piece of equipment to try and refurbish and give a new purpose in life, especially some of these older machines. But I don't have a lot of experience, well, tearing them apart and trying to clean them up. So when I found that the hard drive was mounted on the bottom of the case to the front of the case, behind the front panel cover, I was a little blown away. I tried to slide it out from there and found that, well, guess what? There's more screws holding it in on the bottom. Absolutely one of the wildest hard drives I've ever removed. I don't know why they mounted it that way, except that there was just not a lot of other places to put it inside this case. But yeah, there you go. The jank of office PCs. What am I missing? Now, I have no idea at this point why the motherboard is not coming out. I figured it didn't have something directly to do with the front or rear I/O, but I went ahead and took off this front I/O shield just to be safe. Even after doing so, the motherboard would still not come out, and as you'll see in a moment, the reason is really dumb. There's a frickin' screw hidden underneath the CPU fan. That is the dumbest design choice I think I've ever experienced in a PC build. Now this next PC is actually not one that we're going to be flipping. It's going to turn into a personal project PC at some point. Due to its age, it's not really worth selling. Now we are on to the HP gaming PC. This one by far has the best parts out of all the systems. It has the most options as far as upgradability, especially considering it's a, well, office pre-built gaming PC. And I say gaming PC lightly here because this has a lot of proprietary parts that you just wouldn't find in an actual pre-built gaming PC. But regardless, one of the most frustrating things about taking this machine apart was the fact that the screw size changed between different parts. So dumb. The screw size for the back panel was different than it was for this little black metal mesh piece that I'm trying to take out right now, and it goes on and on. I ended up having to use 3 different screwdrivers on this one computer, which was so annoying. Again, not a huge deal, but still, it just shouldn't be a thing, especially in a gaming PC. Well, this is the moment when I realize all this work was for nothing. Well, as you just heard me say there, I definitely goofed up. See, originally I thought this had a much weaker CPU in it, and I didn't bother plugging it in and checking before I started taking it apart. Only after I got all the way through taking it apart did I look up the specs for this PC online and found out that this was actually the better CPU compared to the other Office PC. So that was all kind of a waste of time. It was at this point that we went ahead and plugged it in for the first time to give it a test. And well, I'm glad that I did that because I found that the previous owner had already reset the PC. So a fresh copy of Windows was awaiting us to be set up. The most annoying part about setting up any copy of Windows, but especially Windows 11, is the freaking network connection. I hate this so much. I don't know why by default they took away the option to click I don't have an internet connection. However, thank the Lord you can still access the command prompt window. That's exactly what we did here. We used bypass NRO to get around it, and that is how I like to set up all my Windows copies that are going to be on PCs getting sold. That way I don't have to commit to any of the Windows updates initially when I'm going in to set up Windows for the new buyer. So I went ahead and logged into Windows, checked everything out, made sure that the specs and all the upgrades I did, which in this case was simply adding more RAM, showed up. And now I'm logging in, trying to get into the BIOS so that I can double check some of the settings there. Everything was as it could be. Not necessarily as it should be, but again, there's some proprietary stuff in this HP BIOS, and so I got things set up as best I could. As you'll see here in a moment, the hard drive is not where it is in this shot. In fact, the hard drive had to be replaced back into its original location within the PC case because for some godforsaken reason, it doesn't fit in this included hard drive bay that swings from the side. You'll see in just a second when I go to put the black mesh panel back on that we removed originally, it doesn't fit. It's such a dumb design. Why would you put a hard drive cage there if you can't fit one behind the mesh grill with it installed? And with that, one PC down, one more to go. Okay, finally, I have to do the same thing actually. I'm gonna just do it now. And I could indeed do it right then and there. I went ahead and used the same bypass NRO command prompt and got us straight through to being able to skip the whole internet setup once again. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen, the first official Can He Flip It video in the new studio space. I had a good time filming it, not a great time because I really don't like working with these pre-built PCs, especially OEM garbage. It just frustrates the crap out of me. But shooting the videos was fun. Editing should be a joy as well. It always is. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this this video. Second part of a series. Obviously, we sold the first computer. I'm really hoping we can sell these ones as well. And yeah, we'll just keep track of it and have fun. And the more deals that come up, the more I'm going to buy, the more we're going to flip. Hope y'all had a great time watching. Please stay tuned for more content coming at you real soon. And yeah, till the next time, guys, I'll see you later.